A crazy reference for me is that I remember as a kid I got to go to a Caravaggio exhibition. Now Caravaggio is an Italian Renaissance painter, and there's this one particular image, the inspiration of St. Matthew, and it's this guy painted at a table looking over his shoulder and this beautiful angel coming in with this orange cloak. Now the thing about Caravaggio's work, it was always a single source of light. And what I loved about it is that your highlights were just rich, like full of detail, but your shadows would just fall into just blackness. So for me, that's what I was attracted to, is the single source of light, and then I want my shadows to fall into nothing. As a photographer, I'm always drawn to barren landscapes. It's easy to complicate an image. It's easy to bring chaos and all these different layers, but the greatest satisfaction I've had is when I'm able to find a scene and simplify it and almost, well, strip it back. And maybe that's what it is about the nighttime. It's like a blank canvas. I have the ultimate freedom as a creative to light the landscape how I wish to.
Can you get the bottom part to come, like, keep it all LEDs?
Yeah.
It was a couple of years ago that I wanted to go light up a crack in Moab, and that image certainly travelled far. And though for me I felt unfulfilled because I knew there was so much more to do with that lighting, but I knew from that moment I was like, I'm onto something. The reason why I came to Mount Wellington, there's just so much to work with. You know, there's these beautiful columns, so therefore they're going to be arêtes, they're going to be cracks. In that amphitheatre, the amazing thing is, like, it really is, well, it's an amphitheatre, it's like this bowl, and I knew by coming here that I would just have so many different access points as well. So it's an ultimate playground.
What will be the vision? If Mother Nature abides and it's foggy again tonight like it was last night, my hope is that all of this becomes quite fuzzy, and there is still an opportunity though where I want to pop a flash so I separate the climber, and beyond that I'm going to hang some LED lights that I'm just trying to create some room lighting, because the cool thing when you look this way is that you see all these incredible stacks and columns, and it truly is some of the most incredible features. For me as a photographer, it's not just about the action of climbing, it's also about the landscape. So how can I best, highlight the, the features or the attributes and really, really make this image sing. So basically you have this really defined arête just to the right of Will that's in the shadow here. And so what I thought is wrapping down but staying on the other side so you don't see me. And then that way, even if it's really foggy, ideally the flash will cut through enough to highlight the climbing. And if not, I'm gonna have to get really creative, or it's just another night of trial and error and finessing.
The thing I have to admit is like, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. And it's great because every time I come into these projects, if I have any sort of like specific idea, it'll never go to plan. But the main thing about failure, it's been the key to growth. Through failure, you figure out what you don't want. And when you figure out what you don't want, it really nails in that field of knowing what works.
Tape the connection points, we lower these lights, you're wrapping down. Behind me, with the arete lit up, this is After Midnight. It is one of the mega classics, and of course it's a climb that's been photographed quite a few times, and it is really hard with climbing to figure out, well, what's a different twist, or how do I show this in a different way. On one hand, the angle, it's hard to beat this, like it's an arete, but I figured with the lights and the name After Midnight, well, I figured this was a nice way to just add a little bit of a different spin to the climb. I might have said that I didn't know what I was doing, but occasionally it works out. I fucking love this. If you just climb to the next spot, I'll take a few shots and see how we go. Can you just shine the torch back to your right leg?
People say, oh, you got to figure out what you want. But I think that's the wrong way to look at it. It's figuring out what you don't want or what doesn't work. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what works. I don't know what this final vision is. But if I know everything that doesn't work, it still leaves that bit of spontaneity of finding something new.
All right, Nick, I reckon this is the last round.
Yeah, I've not got much battery left.
Cool. All right, well, let's give it a go. Okay, shooting. It is a really cool creative challenge, but it's incredibly satisfying. All this effort to get to one shot. I think it's a cool image. I feel like there's a weight off my shoulders. With these projects, I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself, but it was nice just to get something that I'm really proud of.
I tend to be a bit of a 0 to 100. And if I have a certain task to focus on, I feel like everything just blocks out and I'm just there with that activity at my hands. It's quite a nice thing, to be honest. I mean, it'd be easy to start to think, well, I'm dangling above, 100 meters of blackness and, trying to design this, but I don't think about the whole scene. Once I've got a plan of where the lights go, it's very, very hyper-focused, and to be honest, I'm pretty happy. Like, there's no intention to create it for someone. There's no intention to create it for money. It's just, you create it for yourself. And I think when art is created in that way, it will always have the biggest impact.